Yeah, uh, actually, meeting got closed. Okay, fine. So we have discussed about the form validation, and now let's start with authentication and authorization. I think you know this concept, right? Like authentication, authorization. Authentication means um, if you are a login, if you log into the system, you can access some part of application. Okay, some links and some pages are accessible here. And authorization means along with the login, you also have some admin privileges to access the admin part of your application. So this is called authentication. This is called authorization. In best example, let's take your company. Okay, let's take your software company, something called HCL, HCL Technologies. Okay, so here in this company, who are all allowed, who are all not allowed. Okay, so here you have multiple things like public access and like employee access and also um, admin access. You take like this. Okay, three access will be there. So public access means what? Anybody can access in the company. What is that anybody can access? Uh, at least maximum security room. Okay, so security up to the security gate anybody can access. Okay, the whole public who is not employee of HCL also can access up to security room. Okay, and if the person is an HCL employee, if he's having the ID card, he can enter inside the premises. Okay, that's one filter. Okay, it means he has to log into the system. So he's having the HCL ID card, so he can enter inside the premises. Uh, so a HCL employee can enter inside a HCL premises, and everywhere he can allow inside the company. But there are some secure places in the company also, but those are not allowed for all the employees. It means especially the server rooms. Okay, and server rooms and some secure places inside are not allowed for every employee of HCL, even though he's an employee of HCL company, but he's not allowed to go inside the server room of HCL company. So what he has to do, along with he must be an employee of HCL, and also he must be the server administrator access. Then only he can enter inside the server room. So for server room, two things required: authorization and authentication. Authentication means he must be HCL employee. Authorization is he must be authorized to enter inside. That is extra privileges. He should be a server administrator. Okay. In same application also there are some places anybody can access. There are some pages can only access after login, and there are some pages can only access not all the logged in users. He must be a login and he must be an admin user to access that. Okay, something like upload products and all. Okay, so this setup we'll see. Okay, so for all this we are doing an application called events booking application, events booking app. uh, I got motivation with this. I mean, how I got this idea of events booking actually this and even I want to confirm this something here. Actually, this application was not there for the previous batches. I think in the morning batch it was there. Previous first Angular batch, I think previously it was not there. Authorization authentication means I just used to do a small example, but especially this example was not there. And even React these people previous batch is not there. I think from last batch only I introduced this for React this batch. Previously this was not there. Okay, because every batch content gets updated. Okay, so please don't compare with the previous batches content, only compare your batch content. Okay, fine. uh, okay, so what is this exactly event booking is? uh, there is actually a website online. There is something called events now website. Events now, yeah, this one. It's one Hyderabad based company. Events now, it is in Hyderabad. Yeah, events now. This is on website. In this website, there is a login system also there. We are not doing a complete story, okay? We are only doing the required part of our application. Events now. Here we have a list of events. Mostly here paid events will be there. But our example, there are two kind of events: free events, pro events. I got an idea based on this. I mean this particular website. Okay. So what is this event booking application is? Here you have two types of events. So free events and also pro events. So free events means it's like a public access. Anybody can access even without login this page. Pro events is a private access. Private access. It means you must log in to the system to see this. Okay, an example of login system. Authentication part. Authorization is there is one more page called upload events. Okay, one more page called upload events. So this is also a private access plus authorization. Okay, plus authorization. So you must log into the system and also you must be an admin to access this particular page. Even same setup we have to use it for our major application called e-commerce also. Okay, so these three pages will be there. Along with that, login system means login and registration page also will be there. So you have a login page and a registration page. Okay, so how this application looks is like this one. This is our application setup. Events now, we have a now bar, free events, pro events, upload events, and two other links: registration and login. Here we're going to apply the validation. Okay, any kind of validation you apply, and also it is a complete full stack application just like big basket. Okay, so big basket part is you can do CRUD operations, but thing is we don't have authentication system for big basket. Now this is also full stack, but here we have a authentication system. Okay, it's purely focused on authentication system, that is purely focused on this CRUD operation. Okay, different. We'll mix all these applications and we'll make a final application which contains CRUD operation, which contains authentication, everything. Okay, that is your e-commerce. Okay, and even NGRX and all will be there. Okay, so now server-side validations, yes, that also will come in this example only. Okay, so we have a card with name, date, and this type of setup. I think I have a list of images of it, the real images of this application somewhere. Um, See, for today's class, two videos will come because it is still, see, it's converting recording. So first 1 hour before power gone, one recording, and this is one recording. So two recordings will come for this class today. Okay, so I'll make part one, part two. Okay, so it's making, yeah. So I think this one. Okay, here I have images. This is this is the application. See events now, one now bar. It's like this, and then this is free events, number of events, login registration. If I click on pro events, you get the login page. You must be logged in to access that, and this is a registration. If I have login, I get my profile picture, who was login, and the name. Actually, this profile picture come from Gravatar. We have discussed Gravatar, right? Node.js, same story. And pro events has been displayed once you log in, and then upload page is not there, I hope. So upload means you have to upload the events if you're an admin. Okay, so this is the thing. I'll give you all this. Okay, I got my first recording. Angular evening batch. Okay, So let's create a fresh application and then we'll discuss about it. So I'll stop the server part. Let's stop the server, Express server, and stop this. Okay, so but I have to take a backup of it, right? Okay, let's take SRC folder. Server no changes we have done now. Node.js nodes are okay. I'll share. So SRC only SRC, right? Nothing else we change. Copy. Go to um, evening batch fundamentals form validation. I delete this SRC. I'll make new SRC. Only SRC we change. Server and all we are not touch. So only SRC which contains everything. App components and registration with all. Okay, fine. So that's about form validation example and let's start with event handling here. So I'll delete the remaining setup components model services no not required and HTML now bar not required. Let's keep router outlet and modules. I think these many things. Anyway, I'm not using reactive form module. I'm just use only forms module, template driven form validation. So not required this reactive not required. If you wish, you can keep it. Otherwise, not required. Come on. Okay. So app module back to original and this is also okay. App component okay. App routing module. Routing module also don't do anything. We'll do it from scratch because the fresh application. Okay. So it's just empty array routing. So application back to normal. Okay. So let me start the Angular npm start. Okay. So now let's understand the technical specification of it. So first of all, client side configuration. I'll give you these notes. Client side configuration. Client side configuration is Angular. It's complete full stack application. It's complete main stack. Even database also there. Okay, main stack application. Okay, so full stack. So client side configuration will be Angular, and in Angular, starting. Yeah, in Angular, we want a folder structure properly. Yeah, folder structure. So what is the folder structure is? You have a app. In that we have a root folder. In the root folder we have components. We have models. We have services. Okay, in components we have home homepage component, navbar component, and services. Some root level service like auth service, authentication service, and all. Mm, okay, along with service, there is something called guards and also interceptors. Yeah, I'll talk about these things later when shell concept comes. Next, along with the root, I have another setup like two modules will be there. Along with the root module, you have two modules. One is events module, which deal with all the events logic, and one is user module, which contains only registration and login. Two modules required. So one is users module. So this contain the components and also models and also services. Okay. Next, another module that is events module. Here also we want components, models, and services. Okay. So in users components will be there are two components required. one is login component, one is registration component. Models, just one model, that is iUser, which holds both the data. And service, we have user service for registration and login logic to connect to the server part. Events components, we have two components. One is free hyphen events, pro events, and also upload events. Okay, and models, we have only one, that is I event. Okay, represent all the events. And services, we have event dot service, event dot service. Okay, so this is your folder structure. Okay, and yeah, we know, right, how to create a components in our NGGC. I'm not writing that command. You can do it. And root level components. Okay, models, I think no model for navbar and all, static no. Service also, some authentication service will come, but we'll discuss that part later. Let's keep this when actually we'll start with authentication, I tell you. So fine, that's about line side configuration. And server side configuration. So server side, we need two things: Express.js and MongoDB. Okay, so what modules required? What modules required is Express module required, cars module required, and what else? Dot env module required. All modules what we have discussed will come. So bcrypt bcrypt.js is required for password encryption. Okay, so till now we have not done the password encryption even after registration, but we'll do here. And we need Gravatar. Gravatar is like this one. So here I have login with my email. I get the image, no, that is Gravatar. Uh, one more is JSON Web Token. This is the main module, because this is with we'll do a authentication system. And also Mongoose for database storage. Anything else? I think, yeah, that's it. Next. Okay, how to install is command is npm install express cars.env bcrypt.js gravatar json web token mongoose. Okay, so if you talk about the REST API configuration, uh, we need two routers. We need one user router and one more is event router. Okay, so this is with the path called /user, and this is with the path called /events. Okay, /users/events. Okay, so if you talk about user router, so user router having various configuration, mostly login and registration. So the very first one you have to talk about registration. Registration. For registration URL, you can take http://127.0.1.5000/users/register, and body parser. Body parser to get the form data. Actually, body parser. See, initial version of Express.js body parser separate module we use to read the form data, to receive the form data from the client. But this is for the recent versions of Express.js. This is incorporated inside Express.js, so we don't need to install this separately. Previous version of Express.js, they install body parts separated to get the form data, but that is incorporated inside Express. If you use a recent version of Express from Express 4 version, you can use body parser inside of Express. Okay, and method, method is post. What else? Fields. What fields you submit for registration? Just simple name, email, password. Anything else? That's fine. Name, email, and password is enough. Okay. Okay. So for login, I want one. So second one, for login system, this is like slash the login post method, and only email and password is enough to log in to the system. Okay. For example, if you see this, yeah, this is registration three things, yeah, login two things. Okay. Next, we'll start with event router. If something is there, we'll update the document. Okay. If something more is required. So first one, I want to get all the free events. So get free events URL. Let's make a same setup. Okay. So URL will be slash events slash free. You get all the free events, and it's just a get request. No fields required. You get all the free events. Okay, and even for pro, same story. This is for pro events. So path is slash pro. Again, get requests. Next, one more is upload events. You have to upload the event. This one. So third one, upload events. So path will be event slash upload you take. It's a post request, it's a form submission. And fields, you have to type a lot of things. You have to give the name of the event, image of the event, and date of the events. What else? Price of the events, type of the events. So type means you have to select the pre-type or pro-type while uploading. Okay, if it is free type, it will show into free table, or only one table you can make type is free or pro. Okay, that's better. So price depends. If it is free, zero. If it is paid, some price, date when the event to be, and some information also. Some information about the event. Like this fields required. Fine. Anything else? Yeah, this routing, two things and three here. And also let's start with MongoDB database configuration. For database configuration, you can take the database name. Database name is events hyphen booking. Events booking Angular you take, because one more React also will come. Okay, and tables. We have two tables. One is user table and one is uh, users table, events table. Two tables. Okay, and users table contain the fields name, email, password, gravatar, the image of a person. Okay, while registration itself will make it name, email, password, gravatar, and one more is admin. That guy is admin or not, because if you are only admin can log into the, I mean, only admin can see the upload page. So admin required. While registration, actually, while registration, you can't make admin access. We'll do it from the backend part. Okay. Uh, Now name, email, password, gravatar, admin, and let's say created date. So when it's got created that way. And events table contains these things: name, image, date, price, type, info, and created when the what's created. Okay, so this is about the complete configuration of um, some technical specification of this application. Let me take this copy. I can go here in the notes, notes.txt. I delete it. I'll paste it. This is the notes of it, this application, and also we don't have this one. Close it. Actually, we have the image, some events booking image. Yeah, this one copy. I'll keep in this here. This is not required. Yeah, this is just basic designer, but actual real images will be here. But can you make all the images into one PDF file? That's better, right? Okay, I do one thing. All these images I'll keep in one PDF file, just like our Big Basket application. So I'll do one thing. JPG to PDF. Okay, select JPG images. I think it is new desktop events booking. All this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open. You got all uploaded. The same format. No margin. Convert to PDF. Download. Got this. Copy. I'll keep in here. Okay, you have a PDF. Yeah, this is the, where is that? Yeah, this is the one. So you can refer this while you practice. You can refer this. Okay. So now bar and this part, this one. Yeah, all images has come. Come on. I think it's got stuck. Yeah, registration. Yeah, almost everything has come. That's fine. Okay, so design ready, specification ready. So let's create a folder structure. Will you start with client or server? Okay, let's start from client design and then start with server and then we'll see the real process. Okay, so server, don't create any server folder. I'll make it from scratch. Okay, so client, we need a design this format. So root folder, we have all this. Okay, in the app, I create a folder called root. In this, I need multiple folders like components, and we need models. We need services. We need gods. I'll talk about gods and interceptors later. Interceptors. Anything else? Done. They're all root folder. Um, but remaining folders we don't need to create because this folder will come automatically when you create a model, and this also with model. Okay, so I create a components first. What are those? Homepage and navbar component. So right click on this, open terminal, nggc navbar, nggc home. So this application will take around 2 days. Okay, done. Next, service and all keep it. We'll make it later. Yeah, users module. Tell me how to create a module. Ngg module, name of the module, that is users, root hyphen root, users hyphen module. What is that? App dot module. So this is the command to create a users module. Let me copy this. Uh, Instead of G, you can take generate also. Okay. So where we execute that is in the app folder. Right click on the app folder, open terminal, Yeah, I'll paste it, enter. Okay, it's create all the required things for us. That's fine. Next, so same setup, we want to make it for events. So ng model events, root is events in the app module only. Yeah, let's copy this. I create, paste it, enter. Events module got created. So check it out. We got events, root, users. So events we have all the setup, and users we have all the setup, and these two has configured in the uh, app routing module with the users path. Okay, and also events. Okay, fine. Next, okay, so next what? Mm, yeah, let's create each components. Let's start with users. In users, I want um, components folder. So right click new directory components. I want to create one models. Spelling mistake. Models and one more services. Okay, in components, I want to create two components. Nggc login. Next, nggc register. Okay, done. So let's go to services. You can do right click on open terminal services folder. So nggs user for service. Okay, and exit. Um, so we got service, we got components, model. I want to create one model, that is one new TypeScript. I user, so export interface I user, which contains like name of the person, like string, email of a person, string, password of a person, string, and also I want to represent the user information, the client side as well. So I want one optional parameter called is admin and gravatar image also. Gravatar, it's like optional field, string only, URL will come, and spelling mistake, typo, you can take out the, okay, and what else? Is admin is also optional field. Okay, that's my model. Fine, and components we have two. Okay, let's start with events. So in events also we want components, components, models, and components, model, services. In components, I need three components: free events, pro events, upload events. Okay, NGGC GC free events. Next, pro events and upload events. Okay, and those things and dot dot cd space services folder. Let's create one service, that is event service, nggs event. Okay, exit. So we got services and components and models. Let's create new TypeScript I event to represent all the events. So export interface I event. We need name of the event is string. Uh, what are the things are there? Name, back to yeah, these things. Name, image is string, date, string format only, price number, type string, and information also string. So no all are required fields, no option fields. But one thing which I miss is here notes. One second, let me go to notes once. Here in this notes, right? For all the fields, we have not displayed the type of it. That's very, very important to declare the type. For each table, name, email, I want to make a type that is easy for us to while configuring the table setup. Okay, okay, name of type string, email of type string. It must match with the type of client also. String, gravatar also string, image, URL will come. Admin is boolean. Created will be date while server configuration. Okay, and same thing for tables as well. Okay, so name string, image string, data string format only, because the event data is string only, because I have also configured date of the event is string only. Okay, so price is number, because I configure here also number. Type is string, so type means pre event or pro event. Information is string about the event, and created data, this is like database field, so data anyway that I'm not using here, so not required, just make date at database level. Okay, so I need this updated notes copy, go to the notes folder, delete and replace. Yeah, updated, and it's not gravatar actually, because in my users model I have taken it is avatar. Okay, so make that same thing in here also, it is just avatar. Okay, users table should match with avatar, and uh, fine, that's it. Okay, so we finish the folder structure. Let's also start with, anyway it's almost end of the session today, so let's do one thing. Let's create a server setup as well. So create another folder called server. So in this I create one package.json. So npm install, sorry, npm init hyphen yes. This creates a default package.json, and also let's install all the packages. This is the command to install all the packages together. Paste it, enter. Yeah, all installed. Next, okay, this setup configuration. Okay, So just close all and let's focus on a server. I have to create one JavaScript that is server.js. Let's configure server.js in the package.json. Let's write a start script node mon space server.js and my main file also server.js. Okay, and we have all the modules installed. And in server.js, we have to write a logic and we have to write a configuration file and all. Yeah, let's create one directory for config folder. In that one file, that is config.env, and we need one router folder for routings, a router folder. So in this two files required, one is sorry, two JavaScript files required. User router. One more is event router. Okay, and we need models to represent the database models. We need two tables, so two models. So let's take one JavaScript for user model and event model. Okay, so we'll write a logic. Anything else required? Configuration file, models, router, main server.js. Um, I think that's it. Yeah, we need one middleware. Yeah, we'll talk about middleware later, but I'll just create it. Middleware. In the middleware, we need one file, one JavaScript called authenticate.js. Here we write authentication logic. I'll talk about it when the concept comes. Um, yeah, fine. So we have done, I mean, we are done with server side folder structure setup, client side folder structure setup. Okay, only that level. And I also given the notes. So please make up to here. And tomorrow we'll continue with the client and then server. We'll test the server, connect with the client. We'll do authentication and even authorization. Okay. So let's talk about these things in the next class. So thank you so much for joining and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.